Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I'm really happy to show you how easy and how much fun it is to make this 2-ingredient soft serve ice cream. Which, by the way, you don't need a machine, but if you do have a machine, you can also make it with a machine. Whichever method you decide to use, this 2-ingredient keto soft serve ice cream is exceptionally good. And I have everyone in my family and many of our friends who have tasted this Dairy Queen copycat recipe as testimonials. So I'm pretty confident you'll like it too, because this sugar-free soft serve ice cream is very creamy, rich, and has an amazing taste. I'm quite sure that after you make this recipe, you'll find that this is a much better tasting ice cream than those which are just basically whipped cream, some sweetener and vanilla, and then frozen. So keep watching and you'll understand why. Having said that, let's get started. But first, the macronutrient ratio for this 2-ingredient keto soft serve ice cream is 16.8 to 1 with 4.2 grams of total carbs and net carbs since there's no dietary fiber. The first thing that you will have to do, and one of the main ingredients for this recipe that makes it so special, is you have to make a full batch of my sugar-free sweetened condensed milk recipe. The recipe for this sweetened condensed milk, as well as the written recipe for the 2-ingredient soft serve ice cream, will all be posted in the description below. When you want to make this ice cream, make sure that you make my sugar-free sweetened condensed milk at least a couple hours before you're ready to make the ice cream, because the sweetened condensed milk has to be at room temperature. If the sweetened condensed milk is still warm, your ice cream may not turn out as nicely as it should. Okay, now that we have both of the ingredients ready, first pour the chilled whipped cream into the mixing bowl or a stand mixer bowl, as I am. Now whip the cream to a medium stiffness stage, but don't over whip. At this point, pour the room temperature sugar-free sweetened condensed milk into the whipped cream. Then whip at medium speed just until both the whipped cream and the sweetened condensed milk are well combined. You may want to stop a little bit early if you find that your whipped cream is getting too thick, and then use a spatula and fold to finish combining. Because again, you really don't want to over whip. And the reason I'm cautioning you is that over whipping the cream will turn your lovely ice cream base into a very sweet butter, and it will not be a soft serve ice cream. So please keep watching your whipped cream and don't over whip. If anything, it's far better to under whip a bit than to over whip. And that's all there is to the no machine method. Now, to complete this ice cream for the no machine method, basically after you have combined the 2 ingredients and the consistency is at medium stiffness stage, all you have to do is transfer your ice cream base or your ice cream mixture into a freezer safe container. And it's best if it has an airtight lid like this one. Alternatively, you can use a loaf pan, but make sure you cover the loaf pan with at least a couple layers of cling wrap. Then place the container into the freezer and leave for about 1 to 2 hours if you want soft serve. You can also leave the ice cream to chill overnight, which will give you the consistency of a more classic hard set or store-bought ice cream. Or about 3 or 4 hours if you want to just scoop it. Now, if you want to make it using the machine method, after you've made the base, instead of transferring it into a freezer container, transfer the 2-ingredient mixture into your prepared and properly chilled ice cream maker tub that has been chilled according to your manufacturer's instructions. If you don't have an ice cream maker and you're interested, I'll also provide links to a couple really good quality but inexpensive ice cream makers, as well as a link to my Breville machine, which is the one I'm using because it has its own compressor. Then put the lid on your machine if it has one and set to maximum hardness. When the ice cream is done, immediately transfer the now frozen but still soft ice cream into a piping bag. If you want to be fancy, an optional thing you can do is to insert a decorative tip into the bottom of your piping bag, but you don't have to. Or if you don't have a piping bag, or you just want to serve yourself very quickly, you can just scoop it out right from the machine, put it into your serving bowl, dig in, and enjoy. One last thing I'd like to say, this is a soft serve ice cream that has no stabilizers or other additives, so it is quite soft and it will melt very quickly. Especially if you're using a piping bag, you'll find that the ice cream will melt a little bit more quickly because of the heat from your hand, so try to work quickly when dispersing it. And if you're not going to serve out all of the ice cream, then place the rest of the ice cream into a freezer-safe container and keep it chilled until next time you want some. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this is a really tasty and great substitute for soft serve favorites like Dairy Queen or MacDonald soft serves. And as a teaser to entice you to come back, I have several videos that I'm going to post in the next couple weeks, which also use the soft serve ice cream in interesting and novel ways. So I do suggest you come back and check those recipes out when they're posted. I hope that you have found this 2-ingredient soft serve ice cream video interesting and useful. If you did, I would be delighted and very honored if you would support my channel by subscribing, clicking the bell, and scrolling down to notify all. That's very important, so that you will be notified next time I post the new video. Also, please do share the link to this recipe or my channel with someone that you think might also like keto recipes and meals. And as always, I love corresponding with you and I look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial video. See you soon. Cheers!